Time for our KJZ mock draft. We have our guest analyst today is Field Yates, who joins us right now on the Goodyear Hotline. Good morning, Field.
Good morning, gentlemen. How we doing? It's a great week ahead. I hope you both are doing well.
We
Yes,
are,
sir.
and we are getting right into our mock draft because we are in the 20s now, 21 through 24, and the picks are in. Mike Wells, ESPN Colts reporter.
With the 21st pick in the 2021 KJZ mock draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Oklahoma State tackle Tevin Jenkins.
I think this is a solid pickup for them. When you think about Jenkins, he's a big, strong tackle at the point of attack. They continue to build this offensive line. If you go back several years ago prior to Andrew Luck's retirement, they went out there and made sure that they were going to shore up the offensive line. They gave way to Jacoby Brissett. Didn't work out. They bring in Phillip Rivers. They make it to the playoffs. But that is the one consistent thing about what the Indianapolis Colts have been able to do. Tevin Jenkins out of Oklahoma State is a solid pick for them, although they could have gone on the interior defensive line side as well, Phil, and did that.
Yeah, the offensive line certainly feels like an area they're going to address at some point in the draft. And Tevin Jenkins, as you mentioned, Key, he's the nastiest tackle in the draft class. He is a guy who wants to punish you. He wants to finish. He wants to make you not want to line up for another snap against him. We saw it consistently in the Big 12. I think this is about where he's going to go off the board. He's a player who probably could play right tackle as well in the NFL, but with Braden Smith locked up on the right side for Indianapolis, it feels like he would be a natural fit on the left side. As always, with GM Chris Ballard, you can keep in mind the possibility of a small trade down to add additional draft capital. Indy only has 6 picks, and then potentially find a guy comparable to Tevin Jenkins a little bit further down the board.
I want to remind everybody, 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776, because once we're done with the mock of the next couple of picks, we will take your calls to Field and to Keyshawn on the draft. So the next pick is in. It's the Titans at 22. Caroline Fenton, 102.5, The Game.
With the 22nd pick in the 2021 KJZ mock draft, the Tennessee Titans select Azeez Ojulari, linebacker out of the University of Georgia.
I think when you look at this defense, Azeez is a great pickup here at the linebacker spot. They continue to build this defense. Offensively, I think they're set pretty good at the receiver position as well at the running back spot. They just acquired Sam Darnold, so the offensive needs is not pressing as much as the defensive side of the ball as they continue to build the defense.
Yeah, I think Ojulari would be an interesting pickup here for Tennessee to complement Bud Dupree, obviously signed this offseason away from Pittsburgh in a 5-year deal. Tennessee banking on him coming back to full strength quickly after tearing his ACL midseason last year. Tennessee saw more defections on the offensive side of the ball this offseason, but what you would be getting in Ojulari would be a player who could fill the role that, although he's much different body type-wise than Jadeveon Clowney, that would be kind of what you'd be looking for here, a guy who can give you some pass rush off the edge. Right now, the strength of Tennessee's pass rush is really the interior defensive line with Jeffrey Simmons. They're pretty well set at a couple of key spots, obviously, in Tennessee. They got a very good quarterback. They've got a good left tackle. They have a running back who's worth every penny. They've got a wide receiver one who has some Keyshawn Johnson in his game and A.J. Brown. This would be a nice pick, though, for Tennessee. And you know, Mike Vrabel, as a former defensive guy, is always going to be on board with the first-round pick going on defense.
You know, I'm thinking Carolina Panthers because I'm mimicking the Tennessee Titans, the running back in Henry, looking at the receivers on the outside, the quarterback in Tannehill and Sam Darnold. I meant the Tennessee Titans need that second-wave defender at linebacker for them to get better because their defense was atrocious.